fired FBI Director James Comey will testify that President Trump repeatedly asked him to pledge his loyalty during an one-on-one dinner inside the White House in January. Describing the encounter in testimony in advance of his blockbuster testimony before a Senate panel on Thursday, Comey claims discomfort at the outside that the meal was an effort to have me ask for my job and create some sort of patronage relationship. The testimony confirms earlier press reports that emerged following Comey's firing that Trump pressed him for personal loyalty even as a Russia investigation swirled around him. The FBI director serves a 10-year term. That concerned me greatly, given the FBI's traditionally independent status and the executive branch, he says in advance testimony. The testimony confirms earlier press reports that emerged following Comey's firing that Trump pressed him for personal loyalty even as a Russia investigation swirled around him. The FBI director serves a 10-year term. That concerned me greatly, given the FBI's traditionally independent status and the executive branch, he says in advance testimony. A few moments later, the president said, "I need loyalty, I expect loyalty," Comey plans to say. "I didn't move, speak, or change my facial expression in any way during the awkward silence that followed. We simply looked at each other in silence. Then, Trump brought up the subject again. He then said, 'I need loyalty.' I replied, 'You will always get honesty from me.' He paused and then said, 'That's what I want, honest loyalty.' I paused, and then said, 'You will get that from me,' Comey plans to say, according to Senate Intelligence Panel testimony. Trump brought up the matter again during their private White House dinner. During the dinner, the president returned to the salacious material I had briefed him about on January 6, and, as he had done previously, expressed his disgust for the allegations and strongly denied them, Comey writes in his prepared testimony. He said he was considering ordering me to investigate the alleged incident to prove it didn't happen. I replied that he should give that careful thought because it might create a narrative that we were investigating him personally, which we weren't, and because it was very difficult to prove a negative, Comey wrote. Trump told him he would think about it and asked me to think about it. Comey, a lawyer known for being methodical and an effective bureaucratic force, also confirmed that he kept copious notes on his encounters with the president, buttressing press reports that were based on the notes. As was my practice for conversations with President Trump, I wrote a detailed memo about the dinner immediately afterwards and shared it with the senior leadership team of the FBI, he writes.